spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action now, Cousins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Quick drop by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. In on the stop, it was Tarvarius Moore.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
This is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the interception, Cousins. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes we get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A quick throw into the hands of Rager. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 2nd down, Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
There's less than 10 players still active from the 2008 NFL Draft, and here's one of them picking up the first down. Deshaun Jackson still got plenty of that speed. They had him 36 all-time in receiving prior to this season. There may not be a lot of playing time left for him, but every time he's out on the field, his presence will be felt.
Brought down by DJ Wonnum.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Fields now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Back to throw. Fields.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cook again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Cousins to throw it. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 17, Cousins. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
From the 50, here's Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They start the drive with Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Cousins gives way to Cook. A nice little juke. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, they go Montgomery. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Well, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Montgomery on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Now it's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Fields. Out of his hands quick to Jackson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
To throw is Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run with Montgomery. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
A great stop by D.J. Wonnum to back the offense up on that play.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They try again with Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears!
David Montgomery from 10 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7.
Bears 10, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Dominique Robinson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jackson. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bears take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there hauled in by Claypool.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defenses. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball, as we like to say, the defenders, they've been the difference makers for their teams. And when they're taking their game up to this kind of a level, I want to see what happens with these offenses. Can they match them as this game goes on? Or will the defenders continue to have full control of this one?
Fields.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. A shotgun snap, Fields. This is caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Montgomery. Well, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
And now here in this situation, a field goal, we still have them only up by 1 score, so I would think about going for it. Even if you don't get in, you put your defense in a really nice spot, making the offense go the long way to try and score.
Well, here we go on fourth down, Fields. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They try to throw on fourth and goal from the 2. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Fields on first down. Touchdown! Darnell Mooney, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Santos now to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Bears 17, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First down, here's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On play action, Cousins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Throwing, Cousins. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there. And
he'll get him! Touchdown, Minnesota! Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Fields now to throw.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. It's a room to maneuver.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
73 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
So when your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now Montgomery running right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense